So, good morning, class. Okay, so before we start with our lesson for today, let us have a prayer first. So, I would like to request Mr. Eugenio to lead us a prayer. Amen. So, good morning, class, once again. So, how are you today? Okay, that's good to hear. So, before we proceed, let me introduce to you our rules during this online discussion. So, here is our online class rules. So number one is be on time. So sign in at least 10 minutes before class. So number two, be prepared. All your things must be prepared before joining the class. Number three, turn on your camera. So always turn on your camera so we can see each other. So do not eat. So we do not eat during our class session. So number five, dress appropriately. Wear something comfortable but presentable. So number seven, mute your mic. So mute your mic when you are not talking. So you are allowed to on your mic unless you are instructed to do so. So number seven, raise your hand. So raise your hand to talk or to ask teachers for help. So lastly, enjoy learning. So let's enjoy this kind of new learning. So understood, class? Is it clear, class? Okay, very good. So to begin with, let us have an attendance first. So is there any absent for today? Okay, very good. Just give yourself a resounding sound of applause. So before we start with our new lesson for today, let us have first a math trick. So do you want uh, a math trick, class? Okay. So are you ready, class? So now I want you to get a piece of paper and a pen. Okay, are you ready? So first instruction, write your month number from your birthday. So for example, if your birthday is February, write number 2. Then multiply by 5. Next, add 6. Multiply the total by 4. Then add 9. Multiply by 5 once again. So are you following, class? Then add your birth date. So if you're born on 13th, so write 13 or add 13. Lastly, subtract 165. So are you done, class? Okay. What have you noticed in the trick? Yes, Miss Aljane? Anybody from the class? Miss Kainoy? Mr. Alcala? Yes, Mr. Lumag? Mr. Alcala, what have you noticed in that week? Okay, very good. So, in mathematics, you will get the answer if you are following the instructions that have given to you. So, very good. So, I hope that it energizes you all. So, it seems that you are alive now. So, let us have a short review of what we have discussed last meeting. So, who among you here still remember our last topic? Yes, Mr. Kainoy? Okay, very good. So, how do we simplify numerical expression? Yes? Okay, very good. And what does PIMDAS stands for? Okay, very good, Mr. Alcala. So always remember, class, that when solving and simplifying numerical expressions, we have to follow the PIMDAS rules, or you have to solve first the parenthesis, the exponent, followed by multiplication, division, addition, and lastly, subtraction. So always remember that, class. So class, where do you usually hear the word substitution? Yes? Okay, very good. And how are we going to substitute it? Yes, Mr. Kalinawan? Okay, very good. So in substitution, you are going to replace or the player in the game like basketball or volleyball. So the player is being replaced by another player. So that's what we call substitution. So now class, I have here an activity called Sub Me In. So I want you to get a piece of paper and a pen and follow this direction for this activity. So, Mr. Kalinawan, kindly read the direction. Okay, very good. So, here class, we have here an alphabet letters. So, it has a corresponding number. So, like for example, in letter A, it has a value of 1. Letter B is 2. C is 3, then so on and so forth. So all you have to do, we have here, I'll give you some words. For example, this one. So the word math. So all you have to do is substitute the value of that corresponding letter or give the value of that corresponding letter. So for M is 13. So as you have seen on that, uh, a while ago, I give to you the screen. So And letter A is 1, T is 20, so H is 8. So all you have to do is have the total of that numerical value. So it has a total of 42. So number 2 is the word glass. So the value of C is 3, the value of L is 12, the value of A is 1, the value of S is 19, and the value of S is 19. So it has a total of 54. So now class, it's your turn. So I'll give you 10 minutes to answer this activity. So are you ready, class?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So your time starts now. Are you done, class?
Sir.
Okay. Take your time. Are you done, class?
Yes, sir. I'm done, sir.
Okay, let us check your work. So, what will be the answer for number 1? Who will volunteer?
Sir, number 154.
Okay, very good. How about number 2, the word teacher?
60, sir.
Very good. And number 3?
89, sir.
Okay, very good. How about number 4?
89, sir.
Okay, very good. Number 5, the word time. Okay, very good. How about number 6?
66, sir.
Okay, very good. Number 7?
Number 7, 69.
Come again? Okay, very good. How about number 8? The word fantastic.
89, sir. 83, sir.
Come again?
89, sir.
Okay, very good. 89. So how about number 9? The word student. Class?
103, sir.
Okay, very good. And how about number 10, the last number? Okay, very good, class. So based on the activity, what do you think is our lesson for today? Anybody from the class? Yes, Miss Saldivar?
I think our lesson for today is all about evaluating algebraic expressions.
Okay, very good, Miss Saldivar. So our topic for today is about evaluating algebraic expressions. So evaluating algebraic expressions means simplifying an expressions down to a single numerical value. Then, to find the value of the expression, simply substitute the given value of the variable. So, usually, given good ang iyang variable ani. So, all you have to do is substitute na lang those values sa variable. Then, last is the another term for evaluation is substitution. So I have here some word. So all you have to do is define those words. So let us define those words. So kindly read Mr. Anthony those words in the screen.
Yes, sir. Number one is algebraic expression. Number two is exponent. Number three is coefficient. And number four is variables. And five is constant. And the last is power.
Very good. Thank you very much, Mr. Anthony. So algebraic expression is an expression or a mathematical phrase used to represent an unknown value. It contains of numbers, symbols, variables, and mathematical operations. So we have here example. So 4x minus 7. So that is an example of an algebraic expression. So the next word we have exponent. So Miss Saldivar, kindly read what is exponent.
First, the number of times the number is equal multiplied by itself.
Okay, thank you so much. So we have here 3 squared. So 2 is what we called our exponent. So that that is an example of an exponent. So naiuban nga na ay 3, 4, whatever, and etc. So the next word, coefficient. So coefficient is the number multiplied to a variable. It is usually placed before the coefficient. Coefficient of word. So before the variables. Sorry, class. So we have here an example 4x. So ang x mo na siya ang ato ang ginatawag na variable. So ang ihang tapad ana ang number is what we call coefficient. So the next word is variable. So variable is the unknown value denoted by a letter. So kasagaran jud letter. So dili lang kay x ang ginagamit but any letter from the alphabet. So it maybe pwede ang Y, S, anything in the alphabet, letters from the alphabet. So X is what we call the variables for the example in the screen. So the next word is constant. So constant is a fixed numeric value. So in this example 4x minus 7. So constant diha nato is number 7. So next is power. Who will volunteer to read what is the meaning of power? Mr. Alcala?
It's the product of multiplying a number by itself, sir.
Okay, very good. Thank you so much, Mr. Alcala. So here we have an example of 2 to the 4th. So if you are going to multiply it by itself, so 2 to the 4th is equivalent to 2 times 2. So therefore, it has a product of 4. So 4 is the power or the product. So thank you so much. So class, I have here an algebraic expression. So kindly read. Any volunteer from the class?
Sir, ako, sir.
Okay, Mr. Kalinawan.
Evaluate the following. First, 2x plus 9 when x equals 2. And second is 3x squared plus 8 when x negative 1. And last third is 4x squared minus 5 when x equals negative 2.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Kalinawan. So based on the given algebraic expression, first you need to understand and analyze the expressions. After analyzing the expressions, what are you going to do next? Yes? Anybody? Okay.
Sir,
Yes, Mr. Alcala?
sir, substitute the given numerical value of a variable and then um, perform them by the following the order of the exponential PIMDAS rule.
Okay, very good. Thank you so much, Mr. Alcala. So, let us try to evaluate example number one. So, what do you think will be our answer? So, you have to substitute.
13, sir.
Yes, Miss Aldivar? Miss Kainoy?
13 daw, sir. Number 1.
Okay, very good. Let's check. So, here's the solution. Here's the solution, class. So we have the given expression 2x plus 9 when x is equals to 2. So all you have to do is substitute those value in our variable. So the value of our x is 2, so plus 9. So 2 times 2 is equals to 4. And copy the constant because 9 is constant. So you have to do is add those value. So 4 plus 9 is 13. So 13 is the correct answer. Thank you so much, Miss Kainoy, I think. So how about number 2? Let's try to solve. For number 2, we have an example of 3x squared plus 8 when x is equals to negative 1. So let's substitute the value of our x. So 3 times negative 1 squared plus 8. So first you have to solve the exponent because under the rule we have to follow the PEMDAS rule. So you have to solve first the inside the parenthesis. So negative 1 squared. So if you are going to um, find it, or if you are going to square it, so negative 1 times negative 1 is positive 1. So therefore 3 times 1 is 3. Copy the 8 because it is constant. So you have to add 3 plus 8 is equals to 11. So understand, class?
Yes, sir.
So how about number 3? Who will try to solve? Yes, Mr. Kalinawan, what will be the answer?
So, the possible answer of this given is 11, sir.
Okay, let's check. So we have a given of 4x squared minus 5 when x is equals to negative 2. So 4 times negative 2 squared minus 5. So first solve the exponent or under the parenthesis. So negative 2 times negative 2 because it is squared. So positive 4. So 4 times 4 is equals to 16. So copy that constant negative 5. So 16 minus 5 is 11. So very good, Mr. Anthony. So evaluating algebraic expressions, simply substituting a number for each variable and follow the order of operation. So evaluating means to find the value of the variable, usually given gyud ang value sa ato ang variable. So all you have to do is simply substitute or replace this variable. So in example number 1, so 2x plus 9. So where is our variable there?
Yes, sir.
in example number 1. Okay, very good. X is our variable. So how about the two besides the variable x? So
Sir,
2 is what we call the coefficient. Very good. So how about in algebraic expression number 2, 3x squared plus 8? So what do you think is our variable? So x ang ato ang variable. So naa siya'y exponent nga 2. So 3 is our coefficient and 8 is our constant. So the value of our variable is -1. So all you have to do is substitute lang yun na siya the value sa ato ang variable. So how about number 3? We'll explain. So where is our variable there and our coefficient? So just like in number 2, so 4 is coefficient, variable is x, and exponent is 2. So it has an uh, constant 5, -5. So -2 is our value of our variable. Since now that you are already know how to evaluate if algebraic expression, will have an activity, a group activity. So I want you to divide into two groups. So group 1 will all boys. So all boys will serve as group 1 and try to answer activity number 1. Understand, class? And group 2, all girls. So all girls will solve activity number 2. So I want you to get a piece of paper. And after answering this, attach your answer in your respective Google Classroom, and don't forget to hand in, so because I will check your work afterwards. So kindly read the direction, Mr. Alcala.
find the value of its expression and write your answer inside.
Okay, very good. So you have to solve that expression. So the value of that x is inside the center circle. So x is equals to -2. So all girls will solve group 2 activity. Kindly copy first group 1.
Done na, sir.
Okay. Ay, this is group 2. So the value of x is 6. So all girls will solve this activity number 2. Please copy first. So I'll give you 15 minutes to solve that equation or expression. So are you done, class?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's check your work. So Group 1, who will volunteer? From the boys. From the boys.
Kuya Lumag daw, sir.
Okay, Mr. Lumag.
Ako naman.
Wala pa?
Anthony siguro, sir, naman na. Sige, sir.
Okay, Mr. Anthony.
Sir, ang akong task, sir, is mag-solve po sa
Saan nga expression?
1, sir, sa x squared plus 3x minus negative 1.
Okay.
Okay,
So if the value is 2, so what do you think is the answer?
1, sir, 4 ang value, sir, sa x. Luman, good. Nag-compute po. Hindi ay, hindi 4.
Ay, sorry. 4 day na siya class.
Sige, sir.
Please kindly change your value of x into 4.
So when x is equals 4, so first step is 4x squared plus 3 times 4 minus 1. And second step is 16 plus 12 minus 1. And the last step is 28 minus 1. So total answer is positive 27.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Kalinawan. So the correct answer is 27. How about the others?
Sir, ako gihapon sa kwan, sir, like 5x plus 1.
5x plus 1. Okay.
So when x equals 4, first step is 5 times 4 plus 1. And second step is 20 plus 1. So total answer is 21.
Okay, thank you so much. So 21 is the correct answer. Other hand from the boys. Okay, Mr. Eugenio.
So,
What expression? X plus 6? Okay, what will be your answer?
the answer is that because x plus 6 over 2, when x equals 4, so when x plus x will x divided to 4, so 4 plus 6 over 2, so 4 plus 6 equals 10 over 2, so that over 2 equals 10.
Okay, very good. So very simple ra gyud siya class kay all you have to do is substitute that value of our variables. So ilisdan lang nimo sa iyahang given nga numerical value. So how about the last one? The last expression. We'll try. Mr. Alcala. X plus 2 squared.
X plus 2 squared.
Okay.
So when x is equals to 4, so 4 plus 2, the power of 2, 4 plus 2 equals 6, and then the power of 2 is 36.
Okay, very good. So if you are going to follow the rule, the PIMDAS rule, so very easy ra gyud and very simple ang pag-solve sa ato ang expression. So how about the group 2? From the girls, we will try. Miss Kainoy. Miss Aljane.
Sir,
Yes. What expression you are going to solve?
can you please kuhan katong sa slide nga
This one?
kuhan?
So what expression you are going to solve?
Uh, expression x squared plus 3x minus 1 squared.
So okay. What will be your answer?
The truth, the answer for this question is 3 sir.
Okay, let's check. So, x squared plus 3x minus 1 when x is equals to 6. So, you have to substitute the value of our variable x. So, we have the value of 6. So, 6 squared plus 3 times 6 minus 1. So, 6 times 6 is equals to 36 plus 3 times 6 is 18. So, minus 1. So, all you have to do is combine because 36 and 18 has the same term or the same or what do you call that, same siya o ganang kuan um, value, so positive man silang duha, so you have to combine them. So 36 plus 18 is equals to 54 minus 1, so 54 minus 1 is equals to 53. So how about the other expression? We'll try to solve.
Sir,
Okay, Miss Kainoy, what expression you are going to solve?
x plus 1 over 2, sir.
X plus 6?
X plus 6, sir.
Okay.
So first, sir, ato sang i-substitute ang value sa x which is 6 sa ipas na natuguna. Since we are following PEMDAS,
Okay.
so naman siya ang addition. So ato sa siyang i-plus ang sa babaw, which is 6 plus 6 is equals to 12, then i-divide din nato sa 2. Our answer is 6.
Okay, very good, Miss Kainoy. So, it has an answer of 6. Because 12 divided 2 is equals to 6. So, how about the other expression? We will try to solve from the girls.
Sir,
Okay, again, Miss Kainoy.
5x plus 1, sir.
Okay, 5x plus 1. When x is equals to 6.
Yes, sir. So 5x plus 1, so replace na to ang value 6, sir, at least substitute sa x. So ang may tabo, sir, is 5. Since we are following PEMDAS, so let's first multiply. So 5 times 6, then add is equals to 30. Then add 1 is equals to 31. Sir.
Okay, very good. Thank you so much, Miss Kainoy. So, how about the last expressions? The x plus 2 squared. Okay, let us answer this one. So, you have to substitute the value of our variable x. So, we have the value of 6. So, 6 plus 2 squared. So, you have to first add those number inside the parentheses. So, 6 plus 2 is equals to 8. So, you have to square it because that is the given. So, 8 squared is equal to 64. So, thank you so much, class, for participating our activity. Are all got the correct answer?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for your participation. So, based on this activity or our lesson for today, how are we going to apply it in our daily basis or day-to-day basis? How are we going to apply our lesson for today? Anyone?
Sir, pwede ako.
Yes, Mr. Anthony?
So, we can apply this, uh, we can apply the word substitution, sir, in our daily activities. Like when we buy something in a market, for example, in a fruit or fruit stand, or if we are planning to buy 1 kilo mango at the price of 100, it's 2 pieces orange at 30 pesos and 3 pieces apple for 25 each. So we can apply our topic today by simplifying, analyzing the quantity of each fruit. The quantity will stand as our coefficient, and the variables the price of each fruit. All we have to do is substitute whose ng price to our variables, and then evaluate to have the total amount that you have to pay with the fruit vendor.
Okay, very good, Mr. Anthony. So, just like what Anthony said, so if you are going to buy in the market, so you have to find so the unit of that a particular item that you are going to buy. So, like for example, what we have said earlier, so if he is planning to buy a kilo of fruit like mango, so that quantity of that a particular fruit will serve as our coefficient, and the value of the or the price value will serve as our variable. So all you have to do is substitute that equivalent value of that fruit or unit price or kilo. So remember class that if you are or if you know how to substitute and if you are following the order of operation, then it is easy for you to evaluate the given algebraic expression. Always remember that class.
Yes, sir.
So for your evaluation, so I want you again to get a one half sheet of paper and complete the table by evaluating the given expression. So this one, we have the value in the first column. We have the value of x -2, -1, 0, 1, and 2. So the expression is 2x squared minus 3x plus 5. I'll give you 10 minutes to answer these um, exercises. So you may now start answering. Are you done, class?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's check your work. So, what do you think will be your answer if the value of your x is -2? Okay, Mr. Lumag.
19, sir.
Okay, very good. So, simply substitute the value of your variable. So, from the given expression 2x squared minus 3x plus 5 when x is equals to -2. So, you have to substitute the value of x. So, 2 times -2 squared minus 3 times -2 plus 5. So, you have first solved the parenthesis. So 2 times -2 squared is equals to +4. So -3 times -2 becomes +66 rather. So copy the coefficient 5. So since the same man sila og kuan what do you call that? Pareha ang iyang sign. So, positive man sila tanan. So, all you have to do is combine like terms man siya. So, all you have to do is add them all. So, 8 plus 6 plus 5 is equals to positive 19 or 19. So, very good. So, how about if we have the value of negative 1? Mr. Eugenio. Mr. Eugenio? So, if our value of our variable is negative 1, so you have to substitute 2 times negative 1 squared minus 3 times negative 1 plus 5. So, 2 times the squared of negative 1 is positive 1 plus 3 plus 5. So, seems pareha man sila og kuan sign. So, 2 plus 3 plus 5. So, positive 10 or 10. Next, if the value is 0, so 2x squared minus 3x plus 5 when x is equal to 0. So substitute. So 2 times 0 squared minus 3 times 0 plus 5. So 2 times 0 squared is 0 magid na siya minus 0 plus 5. So 2 times 0, 0 magid siya. So ang nabili na lang is 5. So the answer is positive 5. How about if the value is positive 1? So 2 times 1 squared minus 3 times 1 plus 5. So squared nimo ang 1. So 2 times 1 is equals to 2 minus 3 plus 5. So solve first. 2 minus 1 ay 2 minus 3. So negative 1 plus 5. So mabilin is 4. How about the last one? If the value is 2. We'll try. Okay, very good. So substitute the value of our x. So 2 times 2 squared minus 3 times 2 plus 5. So squared nimo ang 2. So becomes 4. So 2 times 4 is equals to 8 minus 6 plus 5. So 8 minus 6 is 2 man na siya. Or also you can solve because we are going to follow the PEMDAS rule. So combine like terms. So 8 plus 5 becomes positive 13. So ang minus na siya kay negative 6 man siya kay dili man siya pareha og term. So 13 minus 6 is equal to positive 7. So very good. Very good class. Are all correct answer? Are all got the correct answer? Okay, very good class. So for your assignment, so I want you to read in advance the adding of polynomials. Okay, is that clear, class? So by our next topic is adding of polynomials. So I think that would be all for today, class. So goodbye, class. Okay, thank you and God bless. Bye, class.
Yay, mana sila. Ya, lumaki ko na.
Okay na?
Ay, naukit. Ay, sa